Hey, my name is Mark Oskowitz from Trellis Farm, and what I've got here is a nice little way of controlling your brambles. This goes along with our Get Your Grove On class, the orchard and fruit class that I do. That's available online at our site. It's an on-demand class. Sometimes throughout the year you might be able to catch a live Zoom class that we offer, but just dealing with blackberries and their growth is just like crazy. They grow long, tall canes that like to bend over and reach down and hit the ground. I've already kind of trimmed some of these back just so that I could kind of get in with the lawnmower and everything. But what I've got here is I've just put up some cattle panels. So this fencing that's here, it's actually the same as that fencing that's on the trailer there. They come in 16-foot long panels or 8-foot long panels. These two pieces I actually salvaged from another from my school garden that I have going, and these were just cut off pieces. As you're fencing in around the garden, we just didn't have use for them. We had the pieces that we need, and now these were scrap. At that school garden though, we experimented. We said, hey, what if we had our blackberries and we kind of wove them through, and it worked out beautifully. It ends up taming these crazy canes, picking them up off the ground, and also creating like a wall of blackberries that you can easily pick and easily access. So part of the maintenance is trying to do the weaving now. So going over the materials, these are odd length cattle panels right now, but you'd either get, like I said, you'd get them in the dimension that you want. If you needed to cut them down, bolt cutters is your tool of choice. These are just 18-inch bolt cutters. They're kind of like the smallest ones you can get, and they do a great job. You could like grind your way, use an angle grinder and grind your way through to cut them to length. School bus. But my weapon of choice is those. And then a sledgehammer to put the stakes in. And the stakes, you can see with these short panels, and I've got to have brambles really supporting them from one side and supporting them from the other side. This doesn't need a ton of support, but I'm still using quality stakes here. So these are T-posts. You see the letter T there versus a U-post. U-posts are not strong at all. T-posts hold their strength when you wiggle them to try and pull them out of the ground and everything. So I just used the sledge. These are 5 foot tall, and I pound them in about a foot down in the ground. And then all I'm doing is zip tying the, just 3-4 zip ties to each stake, and that's it for the panels, and they're installed. Setting them up, the hardest part was getting the panels here, but actually putting the stakes in the ground. We've got 2 panels, so 1 stake at each end, so there's 4 stakes. I already had those. The panels are salvaged. Even if you're buying them brand new, the 8-foot panels are like $18 a piece, and the 16-foot panels are like $25 a piece. You can find them at like Tractor Supply, your farm supply stores. Yeah, what I wanted, that's it. There's no need to make this like longer than it needs to. All I'm gonna do is just take a couple minutes and do a little, you'll just see me do a little bit of weaving, and that's it. So you could leave, bye, or just watch me weave. already starting to tidy up. All right, so you kind of get the idea. You can see the section that I've done and how it's getting pulled up and in. And I had already trimmed these back. If I actually had some of the longer canes to work with, this would be a little harder and a little easier at the same time. You know, weaving something that's that long, you got to be a little more careful with it so it doesn't snap and break. But it also have a longer length to kind of hold through the weave. So yeah. And then what's going to happen is these are just going to continue to grow into this form. Anytime I'm walking by, driving by with my mower, and I see something that's out of line, I'm just going to weave it back in. That's it. I mean, if I really had a trouble one that like wouldn't go, I could zip tie it to the fencing, but there's no real need to do that. I got enough blackberries that if one of them's, you know, a problem one, I'll just like snip it and take it out. Yeah. Thanks for watching.